This is North Myrtle Beach Chiefs basketball on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network, and it starts right now.
Hello and welcome to North Myrtle Beach Lady Chiefs basketball here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network. My name is Brandon Biscobing. I'll be bringing you all the action as the Chiefs are out here in Hartsville to take on the Red Foxes of Hartsville for the second time this week. We are high above Pat Hewitt and TB Thomas Jr. Court here in Hartsville at Hartsville High School, as this is one of the nicer facilities, I would dare say, probably overall, between the scoreboard, the venue, the seating, all of that, everything combined. This is definitely the nicest venue in Region 6 4A. The only one that, at least personally for me, that can compare to it is Myrtle Beach. But a very nice venue, and the Chiefs are here to take on the Red Foxes for the second time this week. Like we mentioned earlier this week on Monday, because of COVID and everything, because of those issues and trying to make sure teams stay safe, the girls and boys are not traveling together this season. Instead, it is the JV and varsity teams, girls and boys, traveling together. JV team just finished up a little bit of a delayed lead. We left a little late from North Myrtle Beach, so as a result, that game was delayed a little bit, and that is why we are starting this broadcast a little later than expected. This game was supposed to start at 7:30, but it looks like it will be starting at around 8:05, somewhere in that vicinity. So, but the Chiefs are here. They are ready to take on the Hartsville Red Foxes. The JV team won. They win by a score of 32-26. And now it's the varsity girls' turn, and they come into this one after beating Hartsville this past week, or earlier this week on Monday, 39-28. That pushes the Chiefs' record up to 3-0, 1-0 in region play. But the limited scoring is definitely something that the Chiefs are going to want to get going and get a little better. They weren't very good overall shooting-wise in that game. They only went 1 of 10 from the three-point arc. They did go 6 of 8 from the free throw line, so that's a good thing for them. But overall, only made 16 of 67 for a 23.9% field goal percentage overall. And that is something that Coach Smith is definitely going to want these girls to get a little bit higher. Unfortunately, due to the fact that I incorrectly, apparently, thought that this game would be pushed up a little bit. There would not be as much of a warm-up session for these two teams as a result of the delayed start. I was thinking that they might try to speed up the process, so I did not interview Coach Smith prior to this game. But that is something, especially depending upon how this game will go, that is something that I will definitely ask Coach Smith about for the next game, which the Chiefs will be traveling out to South Florence next week. Hopefully, as long as everything goes according to plan. And while no one wants to talk about it, that is for sure. Nobody wants to think about it. We have to mention the elephant in the room right now. As the boys, this network is now the exclusive home of purely the girls team, at least for the next couple of weeks, as the boys team has had to go into quarantine, and as a result of that, they will not play against South Florence next week, and they will not be hosting the Chiefs Classic in a couple of weeks prior to Christmas. As of right now, they are still on for the Beach Ball Classic the week or the days following Christmas. So that is something that we will have to keep an eye on for you guys in the upcoming days and week. Going back to last week, couple of players of note from that game last week. Deviana Hatchell led the team in scoring with 11 points, followed by Riley Vincent. But one thing that Vincent is definitely going to want to get going, she has not gotten hot from the three-point arc thus far this season, only going 1 of 7 in that game against Hartsville last week, or earlier this week, rather. And overall, thus far this season, she's only hit 2 3-pointers. She's gotten 2 of 16 thus far this season for a 16.7 or 12.5% shooting from the arc. And that's something we talk about it all the time on both sides, both boys and girls. The Vincent siblings, very good at shooting the three ball. Rogan has done very well thus far this season, but Riley has not gotten her stroke going quite yet, and that may have something to do with not as much preparation, not as much time on the floor for the girls as the boys have had going into this season. Like I mentioned, something no one wants to talk about. We certainly do not. But it is something that needs to be brought up, is the fact that this is the only game that is being played in Region 6 4A tonight. Lakewood was supposed to play South Florence at South Florence. Wilson was supposed to be at West Florence, and Darlington was supposed to face off against the Seahawks at Myrtle Beach. All 3 of those games were canceled. And last week, or earlier this week on Monday, Lakewood all of those games last week were also canceled. So something, we talked about it with Coach Smith over the last week and a half, or over the last 2 weeks about now at this point. And it is something that these players are certainly thankful that they're still playing, but for how long is going to be the big question. Hartsville comes into this game after winning the Zaxby's tip-off to start off the season, beating Estill in the championship 58-54 to start off the season. Their only other loss is to Marlborough County. And thus far in the series history, North Myrtle Beach is up 4-1 overall in the series history. Won both of the games last year. First one 62-30, second one 53-46. And the Chiefs look to do that once again tonight. And like I mentioned, won the last game earlier this week over Hartsville 39-28, and this is going to be something that throughout this season, it's going to be very different with in terms of preparation, being able to prepare for a team for an entire week and being able to either if you win a game, being able to see what you did right and being able to continue playing in that way, or if you lose a game, trying to see what you did wrong and what you can improve upon very quickly. And it's going to help some teams, it's going to hurt some teams, because we talk about it all the time in a regular season, where there are certain games or certain matchups where the first time one team is hot, one team is on a roll, and they win the game as a result. But then once it comes to the second matchup, it's a whole different team that they're facing off against. And as a result of that, they struggle, and the team that originally lost wins because they've gotten it together. And the fact that you have to try to do that so quickly and you don't have that ability to adjust over time and get better as a team, I think you're going to see a lot of sweeps this season when it comes to teams winning games, when it comes to teams winning entire series back to back, because they're the hot team. Even if they may not necessarily be the better team, they're the team that's hot, and thus they're the team that will win the game. So we're just about ready. We're almost set. We're at a little over a minute and a half before tip-off, as these teams get ready to face off in the second game of the region schedule for these two teams. And like I mentioned, these two teams, the only teams to play a region game thus far, with all the other games in the region being canceled both on Monday and now tonight as well. And before we get the game underway with a little under a minute, just at the minute mark before tip-off, this game, and I know a lot of people don't like it, but I'm gonna have to do my little PSA right now. Just do the right thing. Do what you need to do in order for us to be able to continue to have a season, and so that these kids can play the game that they love, and that we don't have to cut the season short, because as it's going right now, as it stands right now, things are not looking good, as we are just about set for the national anthem and the starting lineups here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network.
Please stand for the national anthem.
does not look as though we're going to get called out starting lineups, so we'll give you the starting lineups as we go, as we are just about ready for tip-off here in Hartsville. It will be Deviana Hatchell getting ready to take the tip-off with Bri Hudson. Destiny Vereen also out there as the tip-off is underway, and Hartsville gets the opening tip-off. They will move left to right in as we are reverse of the normal way of going, as the lay-in attempt is blocked by Sutton, and quickly pushing up the pace. Vincent into Vereen. Adea Vereen lays it in, and the Chiefs get on the board to start it off. Up 2-0. Sutton, Knox brings the ball up over the timeline. Now passes it to Sutton at the point. She'll set it up. Brings it far side. Driving. Thought about handing off. Now passes it. Floater. Good by Benjamin from the far side elbow, and it's all tied up at 2. Vincent passes it to White. White thought about passing it. Now brings it far side over to the corner. Passes it to Riley. Vincent. She takes a long 3. No good from the far side elbow. Offensive rebound. No good. Or offensive rebound by Vereen. First attempt no good, but the second one, the putback by Hatchell, is good, and she draws the foul, so she'll go to the line for the end one. And that puts the Chiefs up by 2, 4-2. The end one is good, nothing but nylon, NBN. And it's 5-2 with just over a minute off the clock here in the first quarter. Long pass out to Benjamin. Benjamin passes inside, lay in, good by Hudson. And it's 5-4. White brings the ball up over the timeline. A bounce pass to Vincent. Vincent inside to Vereen, and she lays it in from the low post. It takes a jump shot from the low post, and it's stolen by Vincent. Vincent loses the handle, but they will call a foul. And that foul will be called on Sutton. That'll be her first. And they will say it was in the act of shooting, so Vincent will go to the line to shoot 2. First free throw by Vincent, no good off the front rim. Second free throw, nothing but nylon, NBN. And it's 8-4 with 6.5 left to go. Passing it inside, kick out, and a whistle is blown. And they will call a traveling violation on Hartsville. White to inbound. Vincent will slowly bring the ball up over the timeline, passes it to White. White near side wing. Thought about taking a shot, and now we'll hand it off to Vereen. Vereen over to Vincent. Vincent at the point, crossover. Tried to get it to Vereen, and it's almost stolen. But Vereen is able to get it and now passes it back to Vincent. Vincent dumped down inside to Vereen. Vereen lay-in attempt, no good, but she gets her own offensive rebound. Puts it up, no good, but she'll draw the foul and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul will be called on Benjamin. That'll be her first. The first free throw by Vereen, no good off the back iron and out. That's Destiny Vereen at the line. Chiefs up 8-4 with just under 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Second one also a little too strong and rims out, rebounded by Hartsville. But it's stolen by Vincent right back on the long outlet pass. Vincent hands it off to White. White near side wing, stutter step, she'll drive. And now brings it back out. Gets it inside to Vereen. Vereen tries to pass it out, but she'll draw the foul. And they're actually going to call a traveling violation on Vereen. So it will be Hartsville ball. Full court press, double team by North Myrtle Beach. And the Chiefs are able to get the steal. Hatchell brings the ball up. Passes it to Vincent. Vincent at the point. thought about taking the three, put Sutton up in the air, and she drains it from the point. Riley Vincent with the three ball, and maybe that gets her going this season after struggling from the three-point arc to start off the year. Dawson with the ball, tries to pass it inside, but it's stolen by Hatchell. Hatchell up to Vereen. Vereen, open lane, and she'll travel with the ball, and it'll go back to Hartsville. Tried to pull up, had a defender in front of her, and just pulled up a little too quickly and walked a few steps and drew the travel. Pass out to Hudson. Hudson out to Sutton. Sutton with the ball at the point. Thought about dumping it in, now kicks it out. Now out to Benjamin. Benjamin out to Knox, three ball, no good off back iron, and it's rebounded by Vereen after Benjamin almost got the handle but just could not hang on. Vincent brings the ball up over the timeline and calls out a play. She'll bring it far side, getting a bit of a double team, tried to dump it inside to Hatchell, and Hatchell loses it and it's stolen. Long outlet pass. Inside, Hudson, laying attempt no good, and it's taken by Vincent. Vincent thought about driving, now kicks it out to White. Vincent basically lost it and it just went to White, and they're going to call a foul. Not sure exactly what they called on that play, but it's going back to Hartsville with just under 4 left to go in the first quarter. Chiefs up by 7, 11-4. Sutton brings the ball up over the timeline, hands it off, now to Knox. Knox drives. Now kicks it out to Dawson. Dawson will drive, and they will call a foul on the Chiefs. That'll be on Adaya Vereen. That'll be her first. Sutton, long outlet pass, and stolen by Berger. White driving now. Thought about driving inside. Now she does. Passes it inside, and the lay-in is good by Jaden Berger. Long outlet pass, almost stolen by Berger again, but now they get it inside. Sutton laying attempt no good. Rebound by Hatchell. Vincent will slow the pace down with just over 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. White with the ball, over to Berger. Berger far side corner, over to Vincent. Vincent thought about taking the three, now dumps it inside, and it's stolen. Stolen by Hartsville, now a push up. Sutton trying to drive. She tries to get around Vincent, but strong defense by Riley Vincent. Kick out, three ball by Dawson, no good. Rebound by Berger. Vincent now slows the pace down once again. Gets a pick from Berger, dumps it inside to Hatchell. Hatchell lay in, good, using her body to push up against the defender and puts it up and in. Quick transition attempt and bucket by Azaria Knox. She just went coast to coast off the inbound and laid it home. White with the ball, near side wing. Hands it off to Vereen. Vereen will drive baseline. Thought about putting it up. Now tries to kick it out and it's stolen. Going coast to coast and lay in. Rolls out, but a foul is called. And Benjamin will go to the line to shoot two. That foul. That foul will be on Vincent. That's her second already. As Benjamin goes to the line to shoot two. First free throw, nothing but nylon, NBN. And it's 15-7. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Second free throw by Benjamin. Off back iron and out. And it's rebounded by Vereen. Vincent now with the ball. She'll slow it down. Bring it up. Passes it to Vereen. Vereen near side wing. Hands it off to Vincent. Vincent gets an open lane, but it's quickly shut down. She has to kick it out to Vereen. Now out to White. White at the point. Bringing it far side. Looking for an opening. She'll drive baseline. Up and under, and the lay-in attempt no good, but they will call a foul. And White will go to the line to shoot 2. That foul will be on Benjamin. That's her second. Ashanti White to the line to shoot 2. First free throw, good. Nothing but nylon, NBN. Second free throw. Off back iron and out, but an offensive rebound, putback attempt, no good. Another offensive rebound by the Chiefs, and this time they bring it out and it'll reset. Vincent with the ball at the point. Passing it inside to Vereen. Vereen getting double teamed, now kick out to White. White had a wide open shot attempt, but she throws it over to Vereen, no good. But the offensive rebound, putback, no good as well. And this time, Hartsville is able to come up with it. Knox with the ball. Knox at the point. Hands it off to Benjamin. Benjamin inside. Driving, and a whistle is blown. And a traveling violation will be called on Hartsville. So the Chiefs get the ball back with just under a minute left to go in the first quarter. Vincent drives, trying to get inside, and she does. But Vereen loses the handle, but she's able to come up with it again. She's able to kick it out. Adea Vereen, no good on the long 2 from the far side wing. Knox, long outlet pass. Benjamin drives, lay in, good. Vincent now will pass it over to Vereen. Vereen inside to Destiny. Destiny with the lay-in attempt off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, though, on a long rebound by Vincent, but she throws it away. Benjamin goes coast to coast, lay-in, good. Vincent now with the final second. She'll put up a last-second heave and almost makes it off the front iron, off the backboard, and out. So that'll end the first quarter with the Chiefs up by 5, 16-11. We'll take a quick break and come right back with second quarter action here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network.
Dog training in your home started in Charlotte, North Carolina in 1989. In 2017, the Columbia office branched out and started serving the Myrtle Beach and surrounding areas. Dog training in your home comes to you. In many cases, your dog's home environment is enabling bad behavior, so the home is the most logical place for training. Dog training in your home services are designed to make training your dog fun for you and your dog while getting immediate results. All of the dog training in your home training programs are customized to fit your training goals and needs. At Dog Training in Your Home, we are veterinarian recommended and work with any age, any breed of dog. Your first visit is free. So call today. Dog Training in Your Home, 843-360-6033.
Welcome back to Hartsville as the Chiefs are up 16-11 after one quarter. And once again, the Chiefs relying heavily on their defense to come up with this early lead. Playing a little bit better offensively, though, scoring a good few more points in the first quarter than they did in the first of last game. As Parker with the ball, hands it off to Vincent. Vincent will drive baseline floater, no good, off the backboard and out. An offensive rebound putback attempt, also no good by Vereen. And it will go out of bounds off of Parker, and it will be Hartsville ball. Full court press by the Chiefs, but the Red Foxes are able to break out of it. Dawson with the ball, now passes it to Sutton. Sutton will drive far side, now hands it off to Hudson. Hudson hands it off to Dawson. Dawson back to Knox. And Knox now getting some pressure by Hatchell, and a jump ball will be called. Possession arrow will favor the Chiefs. Hartsville trying to do the Harlem Globetrotter back and forth around the perimeter. And Hatchell said, enough of that. I'm stopping that dead in its tracks by getting right in front of her man. And it was a great play. They're actually it was possession arrow favoring Hartsville prior to the jump ball. So Hartsville retains possession. Dawson driving near side, hands it off to Hudson, and an offensive foul will be called on Hartsville, and it'll go back the Chiefs' way. Once again, Hartsville trying to use that wraparound to try to get an open man, and it did not work as the Chiefs were able to stifle it completely. Vincent thought about driving. Now dumps it inside, kick out over to Parker. Parker now kicks it out to Vereen. Vereen inside to Hatchell. Hatchell kick out to Vereen from the far side elbow. She drains it. Again, full court press, and the Chiefs almost get the steal, but it will go off Vincent, and it will be Hartsville ball. Chiefs still with the full court press, but they're able to get out of it. Sutton passes it cross court. Long two is good by Hudson. Vincent with the ball. She'll drive, hands it off to Vereen. Vereen tried to hand it off to Destiny, and it will go out of bounds. But they will say, no, they will not say it went off of a Hartsville player. So it will be Hartsville ball once again with just over 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Chiefs up by 5, 18-13. Sutton brings the ball up over the timeline. Brings the near side wing. Passes it to Dawson. Dawson over far side wing to Benjamin. No good. Completely misses just about everything but the backboard. Vincent driving. She loses the handle. Scramble for the ball. And they will call a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor the Chiefs. So the Chiefs will inbound it from the baseline as Riley Vincent takes a breather. Vereen to trigger the inbound. Passes it inside to Hatchell, but she loses the handle and it's stolen. Trying to go coast to coast, and she does lay in, no good. But Altrice Benjamin will go to the line to shoot two. She took the ball away from Hatchell and just tried to go coast to coast. But nice job by the Chiefs defense getting back and avoiding and preventing the easy lay-in. The first free throw is up and good. Nothing but net. Second free throw rims out, and it's rebounded by Hatchell. White to bring the ball up over the timeline. She'll bring it far side. Now near side. Now passes it. Now dump inside. Strong dump in to Hatchell. She tries to lay in, no good. But she'll draw the foul. And we'll go to the line to shoot two. That foul will be on Bri Hudson. That's her first. First free throw by Hatchell. Rims out. It'll remain a 4-point game. 18-14 with 5:19 left to go in the half. Second free throw by Hatchell. That one will go right through. Chiefs once again in their full court press. Long outlet pass. Passing it inside. Lane attempt, no good. And the Chiefs get the rebound. White will slow down the pace. Passing it far side over to Parker. Parker gets it stripped. Benjamin will push it up. She'll stop and pop from the far side elbow. No good off back iron. And it'll be rebounded by White. Ashanti White pushing it up. She'll stutter step. Now passes it to Parker. Parker dumps it inside to Hatchell. A perfect pass by Parker to a wide open Deviana Hatchell, and she lays it in. Passing it up. Benjamin, floater attempt, no good off back iron, rebounded by Vereen. And the Chiefs will push it up again. This time White brings it up over the timeline. She'll slow it down. And a whistle is called. And a double dribble, I believe, was called. Something was called on Ashanti White, so it'll be Hartsville ball once again with 4:15 left to go in the half. 21-14, Chiefs up by 7. Dawson with the ball near side wing. Over far side to Benjamin. She'll drive, and she'll get stuffed by White, and she'll hand it off to Dawson. Dawson at the point, hands it off to Sutton. Sutton to Dawson. Dawson near side wing. Now over to Benjamin, far side wing. Now to Sutton at the point. Sutton will reset and bring the ball out. She'll bring in near side wing. Looking for a pass, and now she gives it off to Dawson. Dawson will drive near side, far side, and now it's stripped. Stripped by Parker. Parker will go coast to coast. Tried to pass it inside to Vereen. And it will go out of bounds off of Parker. And it will be Hartsville ball. 3:23 left to go in the half. Chiefs up by 7. Benjamin to trigger the inbound. Out to Dawson. Dawson will bring in near side, now far. Hands it off to Knox. Knox over to Dawson. Dawson to Benjamin. Benjamin to Knox. Knox trying to drive. Now she hands it off to Dawson. Dawson back to Hudson. Hudson near side wing. She'll bring it far side. And now over to Knox. Knox with a 3-ball from the far side wing. No good off the backboard. Scramble for the ball. Still up for grabs. And a jump ball will be called. Possession arrow will favor Hartsville. Hartsville caught a bit of a lucky break there because it looked like Hatchell was about to rip it away. And it looked like she had more control of that ball than Knox did. But they will call the jump ball, so Sutton to trigger the inbound from the baseline. Throws it high over to Lyles. Lyles takes the long two and drains it. White over to Berger. Berger back to White. White to Parker. Parker inside, and a whistle is blown. And they're going to call an offensive foul or traveling on the Chiefs. And it will be Hartsville ball. 2.5 left to go in the half. Chiefs up by 5, 21-16. Slight full court press for the Chiefs. Dawson gets the pass. She'll bring it up across the timeline, but it's stripped from behind by White. But a whistle is blown. I believe a foul is going to be called on Ashanti White. Or actually, it looks like they're just going to call a... That ball just went out of bounds off of White after she tried to strip it. So it will remain Hartsville ball. Long outlet pass. Back to Sutton. Sutton near side wing. Sutton tried to hand it off, and she does. Driving, laying attempt, no good. But Dawson will go to the line to shoot two. That foul is called on Deviana Hatchell. That's her first. Hartsville trying to cut this deficit to a one possession. The first free throw is good. Nothing but nylon, NBN. And now it's 21-17 with 2:10 remaining in the second quarter. Second free throw, off back iron and out. Rebounded by Hatchell. Hatchell to Vincent. Vincent crossover. She'll drive, now kick out. White, far side wing. Over to Vincent. Vincent gets a little bit of space from the far side corner, but completely overshoots the target. And the Red Foxes get the rebound. Long two, no good by Sutton, and it's rebounded by Vincent. Vincent will slow down the pace a bit and call out a play. Vincent at the point. Passes it to Vereen. Vereen looking, now over to White. White to Hatchell. Hatchell takes a three, no good, a little too strong. And it's rebounded by Hartsville. Whistle is blown. And actually, Hartsville just let that one roll out of bounds. So they will have possession with just over a minute left to go in the half. Up by 4 are the Chiefs, 21-17. Sutton brings the ball up over the timeline, passes it to Knox. Knox will bring in near side corner. Now to Benjamin. Benjamin to Sutton. Sutton far side wing. She'll bring it to the point. Now passes it back to Benjamin. Benjamin with it at the near side wing. She gets a fake pick, and she'll try to drive, and they'll call a traveling violation on Benjamin. So the Chiefs have the ball back, now with 45 seconds to go. Substitution is made by Hartsville, as Vincent will bring the ball up over the timeline. She'll pass it far side over to Hatchell. Hatchell will walk in a couple of steps and shoot, but no good. A little too strong, and it's rebounded by Dawson. Dawson getting a little bit of pressure. She'll try to drive. She'll put up an awkward shot, but it'll go off the glass and in. Hartsville down by 2. 20 seconds left to go in the half. And a 3-ball by Vincent is good. Sutton will push it up. Passes it to Knox. Knox back to Sutton. Sutton with a long 3 at the buzzer, but no good. A little too short. And that'll end the first half. Chiefs go into the locker room with a 5-point lead. 24-19. Chiefs up as we head to halftime from Hartsville here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network.
Dog training in your home started in Charlotte, North Carolina in 1989. In 2017, the Columbia office branched out and started serving the Myrtle Beach and surrounding areas. Dog training in your home comes to you. In many cases, your dog's home environment is enabling bad behavior, so the home is the most logical place for training. Dog training in your home services are designed to make training your dog fun for you and your dog while getting immediate results. All of the dog training in your home training programs are customized to fit your training goals and needs. At Dog Training in Your Home, we are veterinarian recommended and work with any age, any breed of dog. Your first visit is free. So call today. Dog Training in Your Home, 843-360-6033.
Well, welcome back to Hartsville and the Pat Hewitt and TB Thomas Jr. Court here at Hartsville High School as the Chiefs are up on the Hartsville Red Foxes 24-19. And thus far, the Chiefs playing better offensively by only a little bit in their as compared to their first matchup, but not playing quite as well defensively, as at this point in the game on Monday, Chiefs were up 21-13. So a little bit more points offensively, but also a good few more points scored by Hartsville defensively. So that's definitely something that Coach Smith is going to want to get under control as we head into the second half. And that's something that all season long, especially without the Berger twins here, the Chiefs have been having to play much more defensively and have had to focus much more on their defensive efforts than just being able to rely on the Berger twins putting up 30, 35 points each game and carry the team offensively. So much more reliant on the defensive side of the ball. And one other thing, like I mentioned during the pregame, one other thing that has been hurting the Chiefs offensively, obviously hasn't hurt them too much since they're still undefeated thus far this season, and barring something happening in the second half, it looks like the Chiefs should be able to keep that undefeated record alive. But the Chiefs have the one thing that they've been wanting to rely on and that they've needed to rely on this season is Deviana Hatchell and Riley Vincent playing well offensively. And they are the two leading scorers on the team overall. And they were the two leading scorers in the game last week, or on Monday. But especially Riley Vincent, she did make one tonight thus far, but coming into this game, she was only 2 of 16 thus far on the season from the three-point arc, and she was only scoring 12.3 points per game. Deviana Hatchell only scoring 11.7 points per game thus far. That's something that definitely needs to improve going forward further into the season, especially against some of the tougher teams in Region 6 and once we get to the Beach Ball Classic in Myrtle Beach, which we now know the opponent for North Myrtle Beach. It will be the first round opponent for the Chiefs will be Saluda. So an in-state opponent for the Chiefs and a lower classification opponent for the Chiefs, as Saluda is in 2A. But as many will say, and I can agree with them to an extent, the classification and what that means does not have as much of an impact on a sport like basketball as it does on a sport that requires more players like football or like baseball or like soccer. Basketball, if you can find 15 kids that can play very well, you can be competitive even at a lower classification, even against some of the higher classification schools. So it should be an interesting matchup. Still waiting on news on who the boys are playing to start off against, who they are starting off against in the Boys Beach Ball Classic. But still a big opportunity for both of these teams playing in the Beach Ball Classic, especially the boys, as we are a little over 2 minutes away from the start of the second half. And like I mentioned, we'll just go around the region once again real quick. I mentioned it during the pregame show, but if you missed it, all games this week outside of these games, outside of the 2 games between Hartsville and North Myrtle Beach, were canceled. Originally, it looked like West Florence and Wilson were going to be able to play on Tuesday, but that ended up not happening. And the Lakewood and South Florence game also ended up not happening. And on top of that, all 3 games that were scheduled for tonight, Lakewood at South Florence again, Wilson at West Florence, and Darlington at Myrtle Beach have all been canceled as a result of positive tests. So North Myrtle Beach and Hartsville are the only ones standing right now. Not sure if that will have any impact on next week's game. That's something that I'll have to talk to Coach Smith about if she knows anything about going into following this game. But I believe that the positive is on Lakewood, not on South Florence. So next week's games against South Florence should still be good to go, as we are just about set to get the second half underway. Chiefs up by 5, 24-19. And the Chiefs look to go to 2-0 in region play. A relatively decent-sized crowd, especially between the fact that this is a girls' game and the fact that, COVID and everything, the limited capacity as a result. As we are underway, Chiefs going left to right. White with the ball, passes it to Hatchell at the point. Hatchell gets a pick, hands it off to White. She takes a 3-ball from the far side wing, no good. Scramble for the ball, and it will go out of bounds. And they will say it went off of Sutton, so it will remain Chief ball. Vereen to trigger the inbound from the sideline. Passes it to Vincent, who automatically takes a 3-ball, no good, airballed it, and Hatchell tried to save it, and they will say it went off of Hudson's foot, and it will remain Chief ball again. Vereen to trigger the inbound, passes it inside to Hatchell, lay-in attempt, no good, and this time Hartsville finally comes up with it. Sutton thought about driving, now she brings it back out and will reset at the point. She'll bring it far side. Now brings it back to the point. Passes it inside. Scramble for the ball. Almost lost it, but a kick out. 3-ball by Knox. No good. Airballed it, and it's rebounded by... Oh, no, actually, excuse me. They will blow something down on Hartsville, so will be Chiefs ball. Vincent passes it to White. White with the far side wing. Passes it to Hatchell, far side corner. She'll get a pick from Vereen. Driving inside, Hatchell lays it up and in, rims it in. And a whistle is blown. Not sure what the whistle was for, but now Hartsville will inbound it. Double team, and Sutton almost gets it stolen, but a foul will be called on the Chiefs. That foul will be called on Vincent. That's her third already. Well, that's not good for the Chiefs. She's already in foul trouble. Full court press again for the Chiefs, but Sutton's able to break out of it. Sutton trips a bit and it's stolen by White. White pushes up. 3-on-2 advantage, but she just hands it off to Vincent. Vincent will drive baseline, lay-in attempt, no good. Offensive rebound by Vereen. She gets it blocked, but it's rebounded by Vereen again. An attempt by Hatchell for a lay-in, no good. And this time, Hartsville comes up with it. Sutton will go coast to coast, lay-in attempt, no good. Rebounded by Hatchell. Vincent, long outlet pass to Vereen. Vereen stops and pops, no good. She gets her own offensive rebound and puts it off glass and in. Full court press again. Sutton loses the handle, but is able to come up with it. And she will slow it down. She'll bring it back to the point. Now brings it far side. Now back to the point. Looking for a pass. Now gets it over to Benjamin. Benjamin kicks it out. Long three ball. No good off back iron by Dawson. And it's rebounded by Vereen. White to bring the ball up over the timeline. Passes it to Hatchell. Hatchell near side corner. Now to Vincent. Thought about taking a shot. She stutter steps and takes a shot from the near side elbow and drains it. Nice hesitation move, getting Sutton up in the air and being able to walk around her and take the easy two. Knox breaks through the defense, passes it to to Benjamin. Her shot is no good. Rebound by Vincent. And a timeout is called by North Myrtle Beach. 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Chiefs up by 11. Chiefs playing much better thus far in the second half. Currently on a 6-0 run to start off the third quarter. And that's exactly what you want to see as a Chiefs fan. Is the Chiefs starting to get a little bit of momentum on the offensive end. Making some three-pointers, getting some good looks, getting good opportunities. And like we've mentioned all season thus far, without the burgers, that's what the Chiefs need to do, is move the ball around and look for the open shot. And thus far in the second half, they've been able to do that. North Myrtle Beach to inbound. Hatchell with the ball, passes it to White. White thought about taking the shot. Now kicks it out. Vereen with the ball, now back to White. White near side corner. She gets double teamed and loses the handle and it will roll out of bounds. And they will say it went off of White, so it'll be Hartsville ball. Dawson to trigger the inbound. Sutton will bring it over the timeline. Sutton brings it far side. Now over to Dawson. Dawson will drive, kick out, but Knox almost lost it, but she's able to hang on. Long outlet pass to Sutton. Sutton will now reset at the point. She gets a pick. She'll drive near side, passes it inside. Now kick out. Three ball by Benjamin, no good. Rebounded by the Chiefs, and a jump ball will be called. Possession arrow will favor Hartsville. They catch a lucky break on that one. Sutton to trigger the inbound. Looking. Now passes it inside. Knox, the lay-in attempt, no good. It gets deflected and it's rebounded by Vereen. But it's stolen right back by Hudson. And Hartsville's able to reset. Sutton with the ball at the point. She gets a bit of a pick. Kicks it out. A three ball by Benjamin is good. And it's now 30-22. 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Vincent brings the ball up over the timeline. Hatchell with the ball. Passes it to Vincent. Vincent over to Vereen. Vereen gets double teamed inside to Vereen. to Tiara Bryant, and she puts it up and in. Bryant checks in and gets her first points of the day. Sutton tries to drive. She kicks it out. Lane attempt is good. Nice drive by Benjamin to put it up and in. By Dawson. Vincent with the 3-ball from the point, a little too short, and he will go out of bounds. And it'll be Hartsville ball. 32-24, Chiefs up by 8 with 3:15 left to go in the third quarter. A high pass is tipped and stolen by Vincent. Vincent thought about driving, now kicks it out to White. White at the far side wing. Passes it to Vincent. Vincent dumps it inside to Vereen. Vereen getting double teamed, and it gets stolen by Benjamin. Benjamin loses the handle though, and it'll roll right to Vincent. Vincent will reset. White with the ball far side wing. Thought about dumping it in. Now she gives it to Vereen at the free throw line. She'll drive. Lane attempt off glass. No good. Offensive rebound by Bryan. No good. And it's taken by Hartsville. Sutton now will drive. She'll go coast to coast. Lane attempt. No good. A good job by Vincent getting in front of her. Lane attempt is rejected by Hatchell. She says, get that out of here. Sutton to trigger the inbound. Sutton from the baseline passes it back to Sutton. Lane attempt no good. Rebounded by White. White will drive. She'll keep on going. She'll go all the way to the lane. And the lane attempt no good. It will go off of a Chief player, so it'll be Hartsville ball with 2:10 left to go in the third quarter. Slight full court press for the Chiefs once again. Dawson will bring the ball up over the timeline. Now to Lyles. Lyles over to Dawson. Dawson will drive, lay in, no good, rims out, and it's rebounded by the Chiefs. Vincent with the ball. She almost got it stripped, but is able to keep a hold of it. Now passes it to White. White to Vereen. Vereen near side corner. Now kicks it out. Parker with the ball. She'll pass it inside. Scramble for the ball. Loose ball, and the Chiefs are able to come up with it. Vereen lane attempt no good. White's able to get the offensive rebound. Putback attempt no good. Parker gets her own offensive rebound twice, and no good on both times, and a jump ball is called. And possession arrow will favor the Chief as there is a Hartsville player down. So we'll take a quick break and come right back with more North Myrtle Beach Lady Chiefs basketball action here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network.
Dog training in your home started in Charlotte, North Carolina in 1989. In 2017, the Columbia office branched out and started serving the Myrtle Beach and surrounding areas. Dog training in your home comes to you. In many cases, your dog's home environment is enabling bad behavior, so the home is the most logical place for training. Dog training in your home services are designed to make training your dog fun for you and your dog while getting immediate results. All of the dog training in your home training programs are customized to fit your training goals and needs. At Dog Training in Your Home, we are veterinarian recommended and work with any age, any breed of dog. Your first visit is free, so call today. Dog Training in Your Home, 843-360-6033.
Welcome back as they get the injured Hartsville player off the court, and we are just about ready to start back up. A minute 19 left to go in the third quarter. Chiefs up by 8, 32-24. Parker to trigger the inbound. She gets the inbound stolen, still on the ground, and it's taken by Sutton. Sutton bounce pass to Benjamin. Benjamin cross court to Knox, and it's back over to Sutton at the point. Sutton will bring it near side, hands it off to Benjamin. Benjamin tried to pass it inside, but it's stolen by Parker. Parker's getting a little bit of pressure, but she's able to flip it over to Vincent, and she'll bring it up slowly over the timeline. Now to Berger, far side corner. Now back to White. White over to Parker. Parker looking for a pass, and it gets tipped, but Vincent is right there to corral it after Benjamin tips it away. Over to Berger. Berger hands it back off to Vincent, near side wing. Dump down, bounce pass into Vereen. Vereen passes it out to Parker. No good from the free throw line. And it's rebounded by Sutton. Sutton will go coast to coast. Thought about stopping and popping, but now she'll bring it out and reset. 10 seconds left to go on the clock in the third quarter. She'll stop and pop from the three-point arc. No good. And it's rebounded by Hemingway. A long half-court heave by Vincent is no good. And that'll end the third quarter with the Chiefs up by 8, 32-24, as we head to the final quarter of play. And the Chiefs did a good job in that quarter. But surprisingly, they have not scored as many points in this quarter, or they have not scored as many points at this point in the game as they did at this point on Monday, as they scored 34 points at the end of the third quarter. But they did also allow 24 points at the same time. They were up by 10 at the end of 3 in the first game, in the first matchup between these two teams on Monday. So the Chiefs look to win their 4th straight and stay undefeated. As we are underway. And we are underway as Dawson has the ball. She tries to get it to Benjamin, and it does get to Benjamin. She'll hand it off to Knox. Knox will go far side. Now hands it off to Sutton. She'll go near side, look for a handoff, and she'll hand it off to Dawson. Dawson back to Sutton. Sutton will drive baseline, lay in, good. She uses the stutter step to get open and get the lay in. 32-26 with 7.5 left to go in the game. Hatchell with the ball, passes it over to Parker. Parker to Vincent. Vincent will drive, gets around her man, and she lays it up and in from the low block. Good drive by Vincent to get the lay in. 34-26. Chiefs up by 8 with 7 minutes left to go. Sutton will drive. She'll hand it off to Benjamin. Benjamin will go near far side. Now hands it off to Dawson. Now back to Knox. Knox will hand it off to Sutton, and they keep on going around the horn. Sutton hands it off to Benjamin. Benjamin tried to get it to Dawson. It's almost stolen by Hatchell, but Dawson is able to get an open lane. She'll drive, and she'll draw the foul. Dawson saw the opening right up the middle and drove and drew the foul, so she'll go to the line to shoot two. The first free throw by Dawson rolls in. And now the Chiefs are up by 7. Second free throw is good. That'll cut the lead to 6. Vincent with the ball. Slight full court press by Hartsville. But they get it across court. Now passes it inside. Now kicks it back out to Vereen. Vereen getting a bit of pressure. Now gets it to Vincent. Vincent will drive. She'll drive down the lane. She loses the handle and scramble for the ball. And timeout is called by North Myrtle Beach. to preserve the possession. 6:14 left to go in the game. Chiefs up by 6. And this has been a very slight back and forth game. Not exactly a huge back and forth game. It's basically been a game where the Chiefs got out to a lead early, and Hartsville has just tried to hang on and stay within range, essentially, at this point. Hartsville has had a couple of runs, but haven't been able to get out to a lead at all. Vereen to trigger the inbound from the baseline. Looking, now passes it inside to Vereen. Vereen to Hatchell at the free throw line. Now back out to Vincent. Vincent will reset from the point, gets it to Adea Vereen. Vereen from the point, tries to drive, gets double teamed, and she loses it. It's stolen by Benjamin. Benjamin, long outlet pass to Dawson. Laying attempt, rims out though. And it's rebounded by Vereen. Vincent now brings the ball up over the timeline, passes it over to Parker. Parker, far side wing. She'll go near side. She gets a pick from Vincent. She'll drive. Floater off the backboard and in. Jaden Parker with the sweet stroke. Dawson drives. Passes it to Knox. Knox will bring it near side and hands it off to Benjamin. Benjamin gets a pick. She'll stop and pop from the far side short corner. And it's no good. And it's rebounded by Vereen, excuse me. Vincent now brings the ball up over the timeline. She'll drive, kick out, now back to Vincent. Vincent stutter step, she'll float it up and no good. And a scramble for the ball. Jump ball will be called. Possession arrow will favor the Chiefs. Just under 5 minutes left to go in the game. Chiefs up by 8. Vereen to trigger the inbound from the baseline. Passes it to Hatchell. Hatchell will bring it back out. Over to Vereen. Vereen now back out to Hatchell, near side wing. A high dump in. Trying to get it to Destiny Vereen, but a little too high. And will go out of bounds. It'll be Hartsville ball. Benjamin to trigger the inbound. Sutton to bring the ball up over the timeline. Passes it over to Knox. Knox will bring it far side. Now passes it to Benjamin, far side wing. She'll bring it near side. Trying to pass it over to Sutton, but it's stolen by Vereen. Vereen getting a bit of pressure, gets it to Vincent. Vincent will bring it near side. Now will stutter step drive. Dump in to Vereen. Vereen laying attempt, no good, but she gets her own offensive rebound. Scramble for the ball, still on the ground, and it will be a jump ball. Possession arrow this time will favor Hartsville. Chiefs up by 8, 36-28 with 4 minutes left to go in the game. Sutton gets the inbound and will bring it over the timeline. Over to Knox, far side wing. Now to Benjamin. Benjamin near side wing, now back out to Sutton. Sutton over to Knox. She thought about it. She'll stutter step, put up a floater, no good, but she'll draw the foul and go to the line to shoot 2. That foul will be called on Destiny Vereen. That's her first. Team's third. Knox, first free throw is good. Knox, a 55% free throw shooter. Second free throw rims out and basically keeps her average where it's at half. Vincent loses the handle and it will go out of bounds, but they will say it was tipped by Benjamin. So will remain Chief ball. 3:39 left to go in the game. Chiefs up by 7. Vereen to trigger the inbound. She gets it to Vincent. Vincent had a little bit of an opening. Now gives it back to Parker. Parker over to Vereen. And they're going to call a traveling violation on Vereen. And it will be Hartsville ball. 3.5 left to go in the game. And some of the Chiefs faithful to my right weren't very happy about that traveling call. But either way, Sutton brings it up over the timeline. Passes it to Knox. Knox back to Benjamin. And it's tipped by Vincent. Vincent still trying to keep the ball in bounds. And it will go out of bounds off of Vincent. So Hartsville gets lucky and will retain possession. 3:15 left to go in the game. Dawson gets it out to Sutton. Sutton over. Now back over to Dawson. Dawson back to Sutton. Sutton back to Dawson. Dawson will drive. And a whistle is called, or whistle is blown. Foul is called on the Chiefs. That'll be on Destiny Vereen. That's her second. Sutton to inbound it, passes it to Benjamin. Benjamin with the long two, no good. Rebounded by Hatchell. Vincent to bring the ball up over the timeline. Gets it to White. White to Vereen. Vereen back to White. White near side wing. Back to Vereen near side corner. She gets a pick. Gets double teamed and is able to get it to Vincent. Vincent loses the handle, but they will say it was tipped by Benjamin, and the Chiefs will retain possession with just over 2.5 left to go in the game. Adea Vereen to trigger the inbound. Gets it to Hatchell. Hatchell inside to Destiny Vereen. Laying attempt no good, but she'll draw the foul and go to the line to shoot two. Destiny Vereen at the line to shoot two. That foul was on Benjamin. That's her third. First free throw is up and in. Nothing but nylon. NBN. Second free throw by Vereen is good. Once again, nothing but net. Full court press by the Chiefs, but the Red Foxes are able to break out of it. Gets it over, tried to get it to Hudson, did Knox, but a little bit too strong, and Knox couldn't hang it. Hudson couldn't handle it. And it will go out of bounds. Chiefs get the ball right back. Hatchell to trigger the inbound. Slight full court press by Hartsville. Hatchell gets the ball back from White. And she'll bring it up over the timeline. She'll bring it far side. Gets a bit of a lane. She puts up a lay-in. Rims in. And one. Daviana Hatchell with the nice lay-in. Gets the friendly roll and will go to the line for the old school three-point play. The and one is good. Nothing but net. And the Chiefs are up by 12, 41-29. Some pressure defense again, and this time the Chiefs accumulate the foul. That'll be on Adea Vereen. That'll be her second. Team sixth. One more, and Hartsville will be in the bonus. Sutton with the ball. She'll bring it to the point. Calling out play, brings it near side. Now hands it off to Benjamin. Benjamin throws it over. Now back over to Dawson. Dawson kick out. Sutton drives, now kicks it out to Dawson. Dawson long two, off the backboard and in. And Hartsville says we need a timeout with 1:45 left to go in the game. Chiefs up by 9, 41-32. And the Chiefs just trying to hang on here. At this point, should be pretty much a foregone conclusion, but you never know in basketball, obviously, as just a few bad possessions defensively and offensively can turn a game around. As we are here at Pat Hewitt and T.B. Thomas Jr. Court. This place is one of the nicest places, I would say, even in South Carolina overall for high school basketball. And it's kind of disappointing seeing it so empty, but that's the world we live in right now. As the Chiefs get ready to inbound it. Long pass out to White. She has to save it. And the Red Foxes get the ball back as a result. Hudson with the ball. Passes it to Sutton. Sutton, long pass out to Benjamin. No good on the three ball from the near side corner. And it's rebounded by Vincent. Vincent passes it to Vereen. Vereen, stutter step. Now she'll drive. Lay in, rolls out, and it's rebounded by Hartsville. Knox passes it up to Sutton. Sutton tries to drive, and they're going to say no foul, and it will go out of bounds off of Sutton, and it will be Chief ball with just over a minute left to go in the game, up by 9. Hatchell to trigger the inbound. Slight full court press. Gets it out to Vincent Vereen. Vereen with the ball. She'll bring it near side wing. Now brings it back to the point. Spins around. Picks up her dribble. Hands it off to Vincent. Vincent getting some pressure. Trying to draw the foul. And finally they call the foul on Hudson after she was trying to foul Vincent for a good 2 seconds. That's not what you want to see if you're a Hartsville fan. But the foul is called. And I thought that is only the Red Fox's third foul. And now we are in the foul game as Hatchell gets the inbound and draws the foul. They'll call that foul on Hudson as well. That'll be her second. Team's fourth, so still 3 more before the Chiefs are in the bonus. Vincent gets the ball and passes it to Vereen. Vereen getting some pressure, and she gets fouled. They'll call that foul on Azaria Knox. That'll be her first. Team's fifth with 40.1 seconds left. Hartsville really has to start fouling quicker if they really want to try to get back into this game. As Hatchell gets it inside to Vereen. Vereen gets it inside and it's rejected though. But they will call the foul. And that'll send Courtney McCarthy to the line to shoot 2. The first free throw by McCarthy rims out off back iron and out. Second free throw by McCarthy is no good as well. Sutton will bring the ball up quickly. Passes it to Knox, back to Sutton. Sutton with the ball. She's looking for an open shot. Now passes it back to Knox. Knox will drive, floater, rims in. And timeout is called by Hartsville with 21.3 seconds left to go in the game. And the Chiefs up by 10. And the fact that, well, for one, the fact that they weren't anywhere near the bonus, and the fact that it took them a couple of seconds each time to commit an intentional foul, really hurt Hartsville in these final few minutes, in this final minute or so. And they've been trying to force the Chiefs to the line to shoot free throws, even though this Chiefs team has been at least a pretty good free throw shooter, a pretty good free throw shooting team thus far this season as the Chiefs get ready to trigger the inbound. Thus far, Chiefs at a 75% clip. Or excuse me, that was last game. Overall this season, Chiefs are at a 63.6% clip. So while not the greatest, obviously, you'd like that number a little higher. Still, especially for high school basketball, it's a pretty good number, and you like seeing teams that are able to make their free ones, as Hatchell is fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Now, finally, the Chiefs are in the bonus with 15.6 seconds left to go. The first free throw is good. Second free throw is good as well. That'll extend the lead out to 12 with 15.6 seconds left to go. Sion brings the ball up over the timeline. Passes it to Knox. Knox stutter step, chill drive baseline, lay-in attempt good. And Hartsville will call another timeout with 6.7 seconds left to go. And no matter what the Red Foxes do here, this game's essentially all but over with less than 10 seconds left to go in the game. This is just drawing out the conclusion of this game, which is a foregone one at this point, with the Chiefs up by 10. So the Chiefs up by 10, 46-36, up on the Red Foxes of Hartsville. And with this win, the Chiefs will move up to 4-0 on the season, 2-0 in region play. And starting off the season strong. Once again, next game will be on Monday, barring something happening with either of these teams. Obviously, you never know. As Hatchell gets ready to inbound, she gets it over to Vincent. Now back to Hatchell, and it looks like Hartsville will back off, and that'll end the game. Final score, Chiefs win by 10, 46-36. And the Chiefs move on to 4-0 overall. They'll move to 4-0 overall, 2-0 in region play. And like I mentioned, the next game, at least as of right now, will be at South Florence. Once again, JV first, then varsity. So supposed to be a 7:30 start, but that could all be changed. Pre-game supposed to be at 7:15. So once again, that could all change. But once again, next game should be at South Florence on Monday. So be sure to tune in to that one. And as I said before, everyone stay safe, stay healthy, do what you need to do, social distance, wear a mask, do all that stuff so that we can keep this 2020-2021 season alive. and play some more basketball. So once again, final score 46-36. Chiefs stay undefeated and move to 2-0 in region play in Region 6 4A. I'm Brandon Biscobing saying so long, and we'll talk to you guys on Monday with more North Myrtle Beach